What's going on, everyone? Scotty White World Combat Sports, man. I'm with the one and only Trevor Bryan in the building. How you feeling?
Champ. Hey, man, I feel great, man. I'm happy that I'm here with you guys doing this interview. Let's go, champ. Y'all can ask me whatever y'all want to talk to me about. Let's go, champ. Talk to me.
It's good to see you out the ring. You coming off a phenomenal win. You know what I'm saying? How was, performing on that big stage against a former world champion and Bermain Stavern to go in there and apply and delegate your offensive strategy and win?
Well, I want to give a big shout out to Bermain Stavern. He stepped up in the last minute. I was supposed to fight Emmanuel Char, but things didn't work out for him. And Bermain rose to the occasion, and him being a former champion, a tough hitting former champion as well. I had to really focus, man. That man can punch. He really can punch, and it shows a lot that I stayed focused and I held my composure all the way until the 11th round. And I was ready to say, hey, I don't get paid for overtime, so let's just get this thing over with. But I give all the camaraderie to Bermain because he definitely was down. He was there to fight. He wasn't there to lay down. He came to fight. He was trying to knock me out.
Man, you the reigning defending, man. How's that sound right now?
Man, listen, man. It feels great because I don't care what people say regardless. Yes, I'm with Don King Promotions. And guess what right now? I'm the only one in America. Only in America, okay? So, y'all gotta respect it. Like, you see these stripes right here. I don't care what you say, what you say about me, blah, blah, blah. Yo, listen. I'm ready to fight whoever. Let's go. I'm trying to take this fight back overseas. Tyson Fury and AJ is the top guys on the list, man. And I want to show these people that America has one. And we're going to take this boat across the world and we're going to grab these belts back and bring them back to the United States side.
All the big dogs get the smoke. That's basically what you're saying. Basically. So for the ones that don't know about you, Trevor, take us back to when it all started. When did you feel like that you had that niche for boxing? Like what age?
It's funny because people always ask me that, and like, Trevor, are you from a boxing family? No, I'm the first one in my family to actually box. I really don't come from a family of guys that, females either, or in sports in my family. I played football, did a little basketball. I played everything, did tennis, played soccer. But when did I figure out I had that niche? I don't know, man. Like I said, I was always a tough kid, always running around in the streets and stuff, and I was just naturally I was always a big guy. So it seemed like boxing was a calling for me. And like I said, I was a tough kid back in my youth. And it was just right for me to channel my energy into something more that can give me some structure. And boxing was there. And shout out to Vincent Kittles, which is my amateur coach that got me into boxing. Shout outs to him because I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't because of him.
Shout out to him. Also to the coaches, always. Where exactly did you start boxing at?
Well, I started at there's a community center. Well, it was a community center because now they turned it into a luxury apartment buildings. But it was called St. Joseph's, which was on one of the hardest streets in Albany, New York. I mean, it was a rough street. Like, if you didn't hear gunshots on the street every day, something felt wrong. Something felt off. But that that community center is right there across the street from the tennis court and the basketball court. And one day they have in that whole community center they have. You first walk in, the boxing gym is there. Second floor is pool tables. Third floor is ping pong tables. So we always used to run in and out of there every weekend. And for one time, I just decided, let me go in the boxing gym and try this out. And I think I was about like 11 or 12 years old when I actually went in the boxing gym and trained for the first time. And it was just like, yo, I literally lived right down the block. I couldn't even walk home. After my workout, I was like, yo, man, this right here is crazy. Like, how people do this? But for some reason, I'm a competitive person. I kept coming back every single day after that. Every single day. And it was amazing. And I just stuck with it. And I had a catch for it. I had a true talent, raw, natural talent for it. And that's where it started. 11, 12 years old and back in St. Joseph's.
You say you always been contending. You always been a big boy, period.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of those challenging moments you had when you started off? You had to deal with the big boys, man.
It was hard because at my young age, people always used to come at me like, hey, man, act your age. I'm like, I'm only 12 years old. Like, I am acting my age. You know what I'm saying? But I was a big kid. I always looked like I was 17 or something like that. I'm only 11 years old. But, like I said, boxing is a physical sport, and it just seemed like it was natural for me. I also did play football for a little bit, too, as well. I was actually pretty good in football. I went to Bishop McGinn High School, which is a Catholic school in Albany, New York. After I went to Albany High for my first year, I was a pretty good, decent football player. I got a lot of different scholarships by the time I entered in the high school for some top number 1 and top 2 schools. And I chose my boxing scholarship to Northern Michigan University out of all those them scholarships I got for football. And I just rode boxing all the way.
21-0, 15 knockouts.
Get it right, champ. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And, you know, your first fight, man, you fought an undefeated fighter, which you don't see that often. Mm-hmm. You know, boxing, they raise fighters differently.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what made you go in there and take pretty much a undefeated fighter, which some people may call a hard fight right off the rip?
Well, with my first fight, well, here's a little something that nobody know. Yeah, you guys call me big. I was a big boy. Yes, I am I'm naturally big. I've always been big all my life. But when I first moved down to Florida, and I haven't even made my mind up to say if I was going to turn pro or not. I just came down there to train. So I came down there where Guillermo Jones, he was actually the cruiserweight champion out of Panama at the time. And Don King, he was on the Don King banner. And I just came to his training camp just to train. I lost 55 pounds within 11 weeks, okay? Just to show you how much I was training, how focused I was, and I was just eager to do something great with myself. And I said, you know what? I'm going to turn pro. I'm going to do this. And just to go in the ring and fight an undefeated fighter, that didn't mean nothing to me because the training that we did, man, was extreme. I mean, guys come from everywhere all over the world to come train with my head coach, Stacy McKinley. And how the way Stacy McKinley trains his fighters, man, he trained them like some real workhorse. Like, it's like running horses. You don't play no games. So, like I said, we're training all year round. We're not training like, oh, it's time to get ready for one fight or time to get ready for this fight. No, we're always training. So when it's time to step it up to get fight ready, we're already there. You see what I'm saying? We don't come in halfway. We don't come in empty. We come in halfway already. So just for me to go into that fight knowing that everything I accomplished already, losing the 55 pounds in 11 weeks and train like a dog. I mean 12 rounds a slave, as we call it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I was training like that. So going into that fight, fighting that undefeated fight, it didn't matter. I didn't care if that person was a world champion, 10-0, 20-0. I was going to go fight him and fight my heart out. And if I would have went out on my shield, I would have went out on my shield. You know what I mean? But I didn't think nothing about that of an undefeated fighter. Even till now, I don't think nothing about that because sometimes that truly doesn't matter. Even you look at a guy like me, Trevor Bryan fought this guy. Trevor Bryan fought this guy. He fought these guys in DR. He fought these guys here. It doesn't matter. I'm a totally different fighter. You'll find out when you get in that ring with me.
It's good to have you on deck, though. It seems like, you know, you inserted yourself at the right time, man. Mm-hmm. Signed with Don King, got the big fight.
Only in America.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, only in America, man. We needed you because people are taking it for granted on how many U.S. champions we got. I'm talking about in the heavyweight division. We got one right here. You know, I speak about it all the time, and you just mentioned going out on your shield. Mm-hmm. How anxious were you, man, to even get a fight like this? How far out did you know you was going to get this fight?
Well, we were training for a while for this fight, and so happenly the pandemic came. We were supposed to fight Manuel Char back in, 2019, into 2019, beginning of 2020, and that didn't work out. I mean, for whatever reasons with Char team, because I know Don King won the purse bid, so we were ready back then.
Okay.
I mean, although my last fight did come in a little heavier that I'd never been in before. You could check me on BoxRec. My weight has always been 225. I've been holding 225 for almost 7-8 years. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, you're going to move up as a heavyweight. And I came in a little heavier than I would truly wanted to at 267 my last fight. But again, I can only blame that on the pandemic, being in the house for so long, not able to go to the gym and train how we're supposed to. It was definitely hard, but I've been waiting a long time for this, and it finally came here. I've been pro now. It'll be 10 years in July. No, it'll be 10 years November 5th since I've been in the pro division, and I feel like that's the right time for a person to get a championship fight, and if he's ready, he's going to stand up to the occasion. And I did. You see the straps right here. Now for the hard-hitting ex-champion Bermain Stavern. So shout out to that guy right there.
Absolutely, shout out to Bermain Stavern, but for real, it's a Trevor Bryan moment right now.
It's a Trevor Bryan show.
It's Trevor Bryan show right now. So for 2018 to 2021, man, you know, what kept you motivated? It's a little hiatus in your career.
What kept me motivated? My time is going to come. I know that once I position myself and get myself in that position, which I did back in 2019, where I won the intern from BJ Flores. I just know that was going to lock me in the position to get my chance to fight for the regular title. And like I said, so happily the pandemic came and a couple other things happened, and then I just had to. My mental fortitude was strong, because I know deep down inside, when I get my chance, I'm going to rise to the occasion. So that's what truly kept my mind there. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, I had a rough patch during there, because it was like, damn, is this thing going to happen or not? Like, I mean, just to have that going through your head and still going into the ring and sparring these guys for 10, 12 rounds and doing this type of workout, running those miles on the street, it was rough. It was hard, because it's like, damn, when is it going to end, when I'm going to actually fight to show people what I got? And that was a hard time. But like I said, just having my family there, having my fiance, having my kids, and just having the right team around me to keep me focused and keep my mind on what the main goal is. I mean, that's what made me survive so long and was able to stick around. And when I got my chance, I made it. I got the titles. Let's go, champ.
All of what you said, man. You know, the support system is amazing. You know, I need to ask you, once you found out, you know, you was able to stop Bermain Stavern, leave no doubt in the judge's mind who's the winner is. What did you do with the belts, man? What was your quiet time?
Well, the first thing I did was I gave all praises to Allah, and I said a quick prayer to my ex-coach. My ex-coach passed away last year, Jamel Muhammad, and he's been with me since the amateurs. And so happily, the day I fought was his birthday. So that in itself shows the higher power of saying, yo, this is your time, go ahead and accomplish this on my birthday. And I miss him, I love him, and the first thing I did, man, is just prayed and said, man, we did it. We know that you're here, because it was on your birthday, brother. It was on your birthday, on his birthday. And that right there in itself was a humbling time, and a time to say, yeah, man, we did it, man. Gratitude to myself and my team, because we stuck around and we had a lot of different hard difficulties during that last camp, and we got it. We did it. I mean, so that was the first thing I did. I gave a quick prayer.
Respect to your coach. You know, having those belts in your possession, Trevor. Like, what's the most special moment you had so far, man? Understanding that you worked so hard for it.
Well, first of all, great responsibility comes with these belts right here. It's just not all glam and see you at here and see you at parties there. No. You have to hold yourself to a certain standard. You're a heavyweight champion, not just of the United States, of the world. And just being that and have that type of title. Whenever you mention my name, you have to mention heavyweight champion. So you have to hold yourself to that, okay, to that standard. And I treat these belts like a piece of one of my limbs. Like, this is dear to me, dear to my heart, because it took me so hard, took me so long, and I went through so much to get them. So I'm going to show people now, when I have these things with me, how you're supposed to represent them, how you're supposed to show people how a true champion is. I'm a champion of the people. People are going to know my name. I think they will like me because I'm not shy. I'm far from shy. And I don't mind talking to people, and I don't mind expressing how I truly feel about any type of situation. And like I said, just being a champion itself is something wonderful to say, man. You got basketball players, you got baseball players, you got soccer players. But when that heavyweight champion, when that champion steps out, everybody looks up and stops for a second. And right now, I'm that man.
He's that man for sure, man. Hey, I could have said it any better. You know, last question. Joshua, Tyson Fury. Which one would you like to, fight first, man?
Which one would I like to fight first? I want to fight both of them, but which one? I would want to fight AJ first. People don't know, but I got picked to fight AJ when I think who was it? Was it Big Baby was supposed to fight AJ
in New York,
Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
He fell out for whatever his reasons was. Then there's a big old pot to see who's gonna be picked to fight AJ. And my name came up, and I was ready in shape, 234 at that time, whatever. And they had me picked all the way up to like maybe 4 or 5 weeks to the fight in Madison Square Garden, and they changed my name out for Andy Ruiz. And you seen what happened, what Andy Ruiz did to AJ, and I just felt that, damn, that was supposed to be me. But I sat patiently and waited, and I waited till I got my chance. But I definitely would say I want to fight AJ. And if it could be back in Madison Square Garden again, because again, I'm from New York, man. I'm from upstate. I'm from New York, and fighting in downstate and Madison Square Garden, that's like the boxing of Mecca right there. So just to fight in the Madison Square Garden with so many other history fights were, man, that was amazing in itself. So Andy Ruiz got it, but hopefully, like I said, now I got myself in the position that I have the regular WBA heavyweight title. I'll get my chance in a second, either with Tyson Fury or AJ. But I would like to see myself with AJ first.
Champ, we have to wait till the live gate happens so you can get the full blast of the crowd and everything for such a special moment.
Yeah.
You know, you and AJ in Madison Square Garden, you got to have the live gate there, man. No bubble.
That would be big, man. And people say, yo, Trevor, how would you feel about fighting? Listen, I'm a natural performer, man. You put me around people, man, I'm going to show out. Regardless, that's just me. That's my character. Like, I'm outgoing. So me going in that type of fight in my home state, for a big fight like that, I mean, shit, 100,000 fans, man. Listen, that would have been love. You know how much energy that would have just gave me in itself. I mean, I don't get nervous and stuff like that. What I get nervous from is being in training camp, doing all the right, proper things to get you prepared and ready for that fight. Because when you're in the fight, it's just muscle memory from that point. So, man, like I said, I'm ready to go. Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. You know my name, Trevor Bryan. You heard my name, Trevor Bryan. You're definitely going to know me now. But get at me, man. It's time to go. When y'all figure out what y'all got to do, y'all two fight, I'm up next. I'm on deck, as they say.
He on deck, and I want to say thank you, champ.
Yeah, man.
For the time. It's been a pleasure.
No problem.
You know, down here in Atlanta, we definitely going to speak on you and get you out there more. You know, I appreciate Sean, you know, for allowing me, you know, connect
Sean
with you.
808, yeah.
Yeah, Sean 808. I truly appreciate you, man. You're a good dude, man.
Thank you, brother.
You
Thank
know,
you, brother.
not only that, but you're a heavyweight champ right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the people need to know that.
Yes.
So from World Combat Sports, salute to you and best wishes moving forward.
Now, I hope this ain't the last time, man. That last time y'all called me for an interview, because I am the champ. Holla at me. I don't mind talking to y'all, man. Y'all good peoples, man. Again, y'all can go follow me, Big Trev B on IG. Trevor Bryan on Facebook. Y'all can also check out my clothing line, Brave Clothing, INC, on IG as well. Man, check me out, man. I'm here. Like I said, the only one in America. Only in America, like Don King's slogan, man. And it's Trevor Bryan. It's the dream.
All day, Trevor Bryan, the heavyweight champ. You know what it is.